I wonder how much of that actually came through.
Yeah, since I think that anecdote was interesting.
Yeah. Did y'all hear my anecdote about my violent, or not violent, my hometown having a strange history of violence, and I can't speak further on it? Well, anyways, are we back online?
I can only see an ad right now, but it looks like folks are still watching.
Yeah. Okay. Chat. If you can...
I guess nobody heard about Colin's history of violence.
Yeah, my favorite David Cronenberg movie. No, I grew up in an American suburb that has had some strange things happen in it in my life. A lot of which is not pleasant. But anyways, I think it's an interesting theme, and I like works that explore stuff like that. Anyways, can folks hear us again now that I restarted and reduced my bitrate?
And people can hear us.
Okay, cool. This is gonna be such a weird stream to put up on YouTube with these like artsy moments of silence. At least hopefully my fighting is good enough to kind of count as entertaining.
Oh yeah, it's always entertaining to see like cool stuff happen.
Yeah, that's good. Someone very dear to me told me the other day that the game looks cool to watch the fighting of, and I was very happy to hear that. Both because I respect this person as a game designer themselves, but also because that was one of the goals of the game. I really wanted people to like make like combo videos and stuff of the game, like they would with like Devil May Cry or something. But understandably, the game not having a fidelity that matches up to those sort of games, I guess, makes it a bit harder of a task to inspire people to do.
My brother was really into combo videos.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was big into like Devil May Cry and those types of games.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I dabbled in that genre a bit with like No More Heroes. And,
oh, interesting.
Yeah, but I don't think that game in particular is considered as technically as the Shinji Mikami games.
Yeah. I like the game a lot, though.
But yeah, like the self-reflexivity is super good, and I really love. It really gave me what I was like looking for in games when I was in high school. And Ryan Seals, who did the trailers for LUCAH, has a really good video essay going into it.
Yeah. My next non-Meat Punks, non-LUCAH project is very inspired by certain Suda51 games. So I got to play a bit of No More Heroes 1 again recently with LUCAH artist Brianna. We played through like the first hour or so of the game, and like that opening is so good. Like everything up to the Moe scene, like Travis Touchdown going up to his gross like lolly poster in his room and going Moe to the camera. It's like, who is this creep? Oh god, yeah. This is the creep that I'm playing as. It's so good. Anyways, that's all I have to say.
Really done well is like the boss fights.
Yeah, they're cool. I like the little scenes before the boss fights too, where the characters.
You just cut out.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're back.
I was just saying I like all the scenes before the boss fights in No More Heroes as well, like the dialogue and stuff. It's very entertaining, whether they're being like crass and like subversive or like, you know, kind of like high school philosophizing. It's all like a lot of fun.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It does a lot very well. I've been meaning to play Killer 7 since I know that's two different ones, like big masterpiece.
I there were three
Games.
games. There were three games that made me want to start taking like the idea of making video games seriously. The first one was Persona 3. The second one was Shadow of the Colossus, and the third one was Killer 7.
That makes sense for you.
Yeah, it was like a 1-2-3 punch of like playing all those games in a row. It was very strange.
For me, the thing that got me super interested in that were I could cite Suda 51 as something that was really attractive to me to take games more seriously. Also, the world ends with you.
There are multiple people on this team who really love that game. You also had some activism that kind of inspired your foray into games, right?
Oh yeah, but before I was planning to be a game designer, I was like a writer. Through my late childhood and early teens, I tried to write basically every day, and every year I made a goal of mine to write a petition or letter about an issue I was interested in. And like I think it was in like 2010. The issue in question was like the Brown versus the EMA Supreme Court case.
I wrote a piece for my school newspaper about that.
I think for I guess our generation, that came at a really pivotal time for us.
Yeah.
And while games discourse lacked the nuance the discourse around that film lacks the nuanced consideration of today, I do think it challenged us to think more deeply about broader socio-political implications of this form.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm gonna die. Can I beat it? No!
This is stressing me out. There are so many oh my god.
I'm sorry I'm stressing you out. Yeah,
it's awesome.
It turns out it's very hard to run a stream and also try to play well. Many props to streamers who pull it off. I'm gonna go with a very powerful build right now, and we're just gonna go for it. Yeah, either and Foss. Anyways, Kev, what was that?
Foss is one of the ones I tend to have more trouble using.
Oh well, let me show everyone how to use it. So if you've played Devil May Cry 3 specifically, wow, watch as I get hit as I try to explain it. The rival character in that game, Virgil, has this sort of form of magic that they call summon swords, which is a really goofy name for a really cool thing, where he just summons these floating things to either shoot at you or hover around him as a defensive shield, things like that. And so Floss is sort of its charge attack, at least, is the LUCAH equivalent of it. So when you use the charge attack, you get the floaty things that go around you and protect you, deal damage, and when you attack, they shoot out projectiles at whatever you're attacking. So basically, you can just use the charge attack at any point to get a defensive boost or an offensive boost. Meanwhile, it's got these sort of slow but decently powered long-range attacks. It's kind of it's a somewhat strange to use but a very powerful mantra, and that's exactly what I wanted it to be. And that's why it's my favorite mantra. So yeah. Anyways. Kev, how is chat doing?
Virtual,
What was that?
Virtual Protection Squad.
Yeah, yeah. Virgil's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had like the Devil May Cry HD collection sitting near my PS4 for like about a year now.
Yeah. I mean,
I've been too busy to like seriously play it, but I really liked what I experienced like DMC 3. I can definitely see
yeah.
the depth of its complexity of its system. Yeah, I think like one influence that I think it would be interesting to talk about for like was Nier Automata consciously like an influence on this game, or did that come out before after like a lot of the creative decisions that took place?
Yeah, so Nier Automata came out in the U.S. in March 2017, and I was very excited for it, as you know. I got it the day it came out, and basically played it nonstop until I got the final ending that week. So I like it a lot, but I was so interested in it because the original Nier is one of my favorite games, as well as Drakengard 3, which is part of the same series. And I think I took some influence from it, Nier Automata, I mean, as far as like maybe like some like presentation and other things. When I played the demo of it in like December 2016, I really liked how they did sprinting, where you just held down the dodge button. What was that?
Right, I was yelling at you to heal.
Oh, right. I forgot you're on delay. I think I just healed while I was at full health now.
No, sorry.
Yeah. Thank you. I did heal. So no, I got hit again though. I really like how they did little things like that, like making the sprint just holding the dodge button, and your dodge will transform into the sprint. The little familiar was like already an idea that was stewing in my head. Like I think that was in as far back as like the September 2016 demo, maybe. But there's definitely some influence as to like all the different kinds of familiars you can get, and them all having different abilities is sort of like the projectiles in Nier and the robots in Nier Automata, the little companion robots, I mean. And I think I already had the idea to do multiple playthroughs from the original Nier, but I think Nier Automata's popularity and success inspired me to like go really hard into it, because that was a game that also did the sort of thing where like the end is not the end, and you need to keep playing further, kind of subverting expectations of like how a video game story works, at least in a mainstream context. So, yeah.
There's this term called like ergodic literature from media studies about, and it refers to text where the presentation of the text and that physical nature of the form presents it makes it more challenging to read than something that's left to right. With linear progression of like time and space, and I think that's a useful way of thinking about how to interpret LUCAH as well as games.
As well as games like what?
As well as games like Nier Automata.
Yeah, I agree. Anyways, oops, there was a remaining enemy that caught me off guard. But yeah, we're at another sacrament. So Kev, I was thinking maybe we do one more sacrament section and then play around for a bit and then wrap up. Does that sound good to you? Cool. All right, so here we go. Sometimes I didn't know until I was there what had happened or who I was, where I am, A place where I know nothing and feel everything. Where am I? I dream of snowflakes dancing on the wind, of a past no longer than what I dream. Is this what it was like for you, CJH? Whoa, they're referring to me now. Me, the player. Before we pulled you in. This world we created. Anna, myself, and you. How can it be a dream if we all see it? No. So I journeyed deeper as the sky got darker and darker. Night or the thickness of leaves. No reception, so I couldn't call for help, like I would in the first place. A dream of heroes in my head, confident, beautiful, within my grasp, fading with the beating of my heart and the thinning of my breath. The first falls from noises in her head, screeching, crying, clawing as if to take her eyes out. She runs back, two others remain. The second goes down as we come upon a field of trees missing their heads, uniformly disfigured, shorn at the height of our chest, as if we could be cut and be no more. Yet, even without the leaves, the sky can't be seen. I've sunk too deep. 2 paths ahead, right and left. Let's go left. I can only go left. They'll watch and follow me, only from far, this way. Electric throne guides me away from those eyes. Those eyes, a momentary escape, paralyzed at the thought of action. I cannot be wrong. The third body runs back, starting empty life anew. My mind empties, like the tide retreating, shallow. I can see their eyes screaming, screaming, their mouth opening too wide, screaming, screaming. They want to hurt me so bad, I can't escape. Soon they will crush my chest, my heart will give in. And even non-existence won't stop them before swallowing me whole. I can't forget your eyes, CJH. Nightmares shouldn't have eyes like that. Ooh, mysterious, something's happening. As we go further down. Sorry, I can't... I feel very vulnerable when I share my own work, so I cover it up with humor. Anyways. So Kev, are there any last questions in the chat or anything like that?
Not presently.
Yeah. Chat, I'm gonna give you I'm gonna fool around with the next few fights. So if there's any last things you want to ask, I want to stream again. Maybe like give it a few weeks, and then I'll try to finish the Descent, so other folks can have a chance to finish it. But until then, I'm really excited to see what everyone thinks of this, especially some of the revelations that come at the end. Really curious to hear your thoughts. Please DM me if you get there, even if it's just like cool. I appreciate hearing it. I can tell Kev too how good of a job it did with all your comments. So yeah. Kev, was there anything else you wanted to get to in our first stream together?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering if the chat would be interested in learning anything about the story, or the story of its development.
Story of its development, which is one and the same for this DLC in many ways.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every time I replay it, I'm continuously amazed by the hit effects and the splatter of particles that comes out of every single hit. I think it's really it looks really good, as well as the mix of 2D and 3D elements. I think it looks really unique.
I'm not sure how many people actually noticed that. So I'm happy you brought it up during a stream. So I'm fighting 2 Christian nightmares right now, and I forgot how difficult they are. But I kind of like how the first one you defeat just kind of stays there. It's I don't know. I think it's neat. I can't do much critical stuff while doing this. But yeah, Kev, thank you for bringing that up, because I mean, the beginning of Lucas development, like before I had Kev on, it was just myself and Nico, um, was basically just doing quote unquote combat design. And by that, I really just mean making the really basics of the combat system and then making all the hits really big, or appropriately big. There actually used to be a lot more like shake and like camera stuff happening in the game, and I really toned it down towards the end. Um, so I think it's, which is funny because I know some folks still think it's a lot, but they should see some of the initial prototypes. Anyways, I used to think screen shake was really cool. Now I know screen shake is only a very tiny part of what makes a game good. I'm back to 0. But yeah.
I mean, y'all should check out some of the earliest trailers for LUCAH on the YouTube, on Colin's YouTube.
Yeah.
Like,
Kev made a great video that was unfortunately probably like underseen, like showing like all this different iterations of the game from like the initial prototype demo to today. It's really cool, especially if you're interested in like game development and sort of seeing what goes into it. Because I think when I started game development, I sort of would get stumped thinking like, oh, like my stuff isn't good enough, like right from the get-go. Kev, have you ever felt that?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Wow, I dodged right into that.
But I think showing stuff off like that is really wonderful, especially as a way to chart your growth as a developer. Like, the earliest iterations of LUCAH look very different from what the final game is like.
Yeah, and it's funny too because I thought like that initial demo looked pretty decent when I did it, and now I look back at it and I'm like, oh my god, this looks like garbage, you know? That's not like an indictment on it or like my own ability or anything. It's just because you grow and like things get better, you know. Your own skills get better, or your aesthetic sensibilities change, things like that. I'm trying to be inspiring.
Last year when I was active on this development.
Yeah. So, yeah. Anyways, this is the last fight of this layer, so to speak, of the descent. So, Kev, any final things before we wrap this up?
Let me think. Let's stories from development and stuff like that. Did you know that we showed at like a kids games convention?
Yeah, the Mind Fair.
Yeah.
So many people wanted. Well, I wasn't there. This is based on Kev's report, but so many people wanted a mobile LUCAH.
Yeah, I was like, I mean, I think that's what the kids are into these days, for lack of a better term. But
yeah.
And I was actually like really surprised to hear that. But I guess it could work with, like, since Hyperlight Drifter just released a fairly well received mobile version of their game.
Yeah, maybe it'll happen one day.
I've heard that like the version controls on that version are fairly robust. Personally, I think like if you're going to use a touch-based control system, I think there are already a lot of really good references on the Nintendo DS that used touch combat exclusively. Things like Ninja Gaiden, Dragon Sword, The World Ends With You, and like different games.
Yeah. Yeah. So, mobile LUCAH would be fun. One of the game ideas that I'm currently developing with Nico, which has had nothing shown publicly yet, is I'm pretty sure I'm designing it to be mobile first, so that'll be fun. I think it'll be a cool to look out for. But yeah, there's a lot of cool things in the works, and I think I will end with that.
Yeah, your corruption meter is, I think, is starting to
Yeah,
be noticed by the team.
yeah, it's just constantly going up. It's very anxiety-inducing, which is exactly what I wanted it to be.
Cool.
So
let's get to the next save point, then we should adjourn.
yeah. Well, so this is going to be a sacrament, so I'm just going to actually go back to the last checkpoint.
Save. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thanks you all for joining us.
Yeah. Back Extreme Meat Punks Forever on Kickstarter.
Absolutely.
We're almost at 50%. We really need your help. The middle of the Kickstarter campaign is always the most difficult, so if you can help us out. I'm doing combat design on it. I'm applying my LUCAH touch. It's a really sick as heck visual novel mech brawler by a lot of talented people, like Heather Flowers and Visager doing the music, who was just here in the chat a little bit ago. Ryro helped us out a bit with LUCAH. A lot of cool stuff. So do that. Play the Descent DLC, get to the end before I do on stream. There's a cool thing at the end of that. And Kev, what do you want to plug?
I guess you should all check out Manifold Garden. That's the project that I'm working on right now. I can't say too much about it publicly, but you should all follow it on Twitter or your social media of choice.
Yeah. Nico, who was also in the chat, I don't know if he's still in the chat, but thank you for joining us. You should go to the Bandcamp for him and the LUCAH soundtrack. If you search LUCAH Born of a Dream Bandcamp, you'll probably find it. And yeah, thanks so much, everyone. I think I'll say goodnight.
Yeah, this was fun.
Yeah, thank you for joining me, Kev, and everyone. Have a good one. Enjoy the Descent.